How good is the BLUETTI Charger 1? Let's find out. So inside the box we have the BLUETTI Charger 1 itself, and a box for all of the accessories that come with it. The BLUETTI Charger 1 is actually relatively small for its size and for the power output. This will make it much easier to mount where you don't have a lot of space available, like my Jeep TJ. The dimensions are approximately 5 3/4, just under 4 1/2, and just under 2 1/2. So I'll put the actual specs on the video below. The Charger 1 is very compact for what it is. I think it'll be very easy to mount inside a truck bed, behind the seat in an SUV, in the cargo space. I'm going to temporarily mount this in my Jeep TJ. There's not a lot of space in a Jeep TJ, being a 2-door with not a lot of room in the back. I want to be able to remove this when I put the rear seat in or when I switch out my battery system for the Charger and vice versa. Let's see what's in the accessory box. One thing that's very nice about the BLUETTI Charger 1 is it includes everything you need to install it, from the mounting hardware to the cables that connect to your battery. Most DC to DC chargers on the market that you purchase, you have to provide those on your own. First cable out of the box is the MC4. This is on the output side of the Charger 1. It allows you to use any connection with an MC4 terminal to plug into BLUETTI power stations, ecoflow power stations, any other power station that you can get an adapter for with an MC4. For my purposes, I will be charging an ecoflow RiverFlow 2 using a XT60i connector with an MC4 connection. The next thing you'll find in the box is the 6-gauge wiring. You get a length of this already labeled, positive, negative for the battery, and it also comes with a 63 amp switch breaker. This will allow you to turn off your unit, or in the event of a fault, if it shuts off, you can turn it back on. This power supply cable feels of very good quality and comes pre-wrapped with a fire loom protector. This will help when routing through the firewall from the battery to inside your vehicle. The last thing in the box is the user manual for the BLUETTI Charger 1. Before we move on to the installation in my Jeep TJ, I wanted to do a little preliminary setup here on the bench. I also want to explain how my installation might be different than yours. Since I already have a DC-DC charger installed in my Jeep TJ, and I want this to be removable, I'm going to utilize my existing 6-gauge wire with 60 amp breaker that's currently connected to my battery. My existing 6-gauge wire currently terminates inside the rear of my Jeep with an Anderson 50 connector like this one. For this installation, since I want it to be removable, I'm going to utilize this small section of 6-gauge with an Anderson 50, and I've already crimped the terminal ends on, and this is what will go into the BLUETTI Charger. In the box with the BLUETTI 1 Charger accessories also includes this Allen key. This is the Allen key you need to loosen the connectors for your input power and your output power. With the input and output terminal screws loosened, I will go ahead and install both the input and output leads. Make sure when you connect this that you have the negative in the negative and the positive in the positive. With the input and output power leads now installed and secured, we're ready to move on to the installation inside the Jeep. For my application, since I already have a DC-DC charger installed, I already have a 6-gauge wire connected to my positive and negative, going onto my firewall with a 60 amp inline fuse. That goes along the firewall, goes down and into the cab of the Jeep. Goes in the channel, tucks behind, terminates right there. So from there, I have the Anderson 50 plug running to the 6-gauge wire to the BLUETTI that I have mounted behind the center console. One thing I would like to note that this is for my specific application. I recommend using the cable and the breaker switch that comes with BLUETTI, but since I already have mine installed, I already have it set up, and I want to be able to switch between the BLUETTI for my power stations and my DC-DC charger for my lithium-ion batteries, depending on my setup, I'm going to go ahead and leave what I have in place. I may take that 63 amp breaker switch and I may put it closest to the BLUETTI in line, so I have a redundancy and I have a switch. It is very important, if you are going to plug this into a non-BLUETTI power station, that you read the back specs on the power station to determine the maximum input voltage and wattage. You then need to go into the app with BLUETTI and you need to modify the maximum output of the BLUETTI Charger 1 so you do not damage your power station. I will demonstrate that in the app. Open the BLUETTI app and select Charger 1. Select charging voltage, read the above and make sure you follow it, and click below to click next. Select custom, accept the disclaimer, change your input voltage. In this case, I'm changing it from 50 to 48. Once you click confirm, a countdown of 90 seconds will begin. You will be unable to make changes during this period. The BLUETTI Charger 1 comes in at a default of 27 volts. For my application, I set it at 50. For the demonstration of how to change the app, I changed it to 48. The ecoflow River 2 Pro power station I have has a max input wattage of 220 watts at 50 volts. The BLUETTI Charger 1 has a maximum output wattage of 560 watts at 56 volts DC. This can be adjusted in the app, so you can customize it to whatever power station you have. With the combination of the BLUETTI Charger 1 and the ecoflow River 2 Pro, I can charge this power station from 0 to 100% in just about 4 hours. That's quite a bit faster than the 120 watts I could charge this with the 12 volt input on my Jeep. I love the flexibility of the BLUETTI Charger 1, allowing me to use whichever power station I'd like to charge. The BLUETTI works with 95% of the power stations in the market, and all you need is an adapter for the MC4 connectors. In this case, with the ecoflow, that is an XT60i that I am using. This is the same cable that I use with the 220 watt solar panel array. One more test for the BLUETTI Charger 1. What happens when you shut off your vehicle? Will it kill your battery or will it auto shut off? Let's find out. The BLUETTI Charger 1 has a built-in battery sensor, so it should shut off automatically, like it just did. This is a really great feature, so you can leave it connected, you do not have to worry about turning off the switch, and you don't have to worry about killing your battery. This is a really awesome setup, and it's going to work wonders on the trail this summer. If you're interested in getting yourself a BLUETTI Charger 1, or if you're interested in other BLUETTI products, please check out the affiliate links that I have below in the description. When you click on the affiliate links and you purchase a product, I get a small commission, which helps the channel grow and allows me to make videos like this. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.